the Mid-American Conference on ESPN. Oh, the factory is ready to roll here in the Mid-American Conference today. Everything is happening at Rynearson Stadium on the campus of Eastern Michigan University, where Chris Creighton and his Eagles get set to welcome in the Bowling Green Falcons. Great to see all of you, everybody. Delighted you're here. Michael Regai alongside my partner, Ryan Cavanaugh. Both squads want positive energy to finish this season in the month of November, Ryan. Both of them trying to end losing streaks. Today's very important for both head coaches of both football programs.
Yeah, I don't think the records are what the coaches' expectations were coming into this season. However, both teams had a great week of practice, and I look for both of them to come out, play hard, and compete.
Yeah, no doubt. If you like the receiving game today, you come to the right place. Couple of receivers, Jiron Johnson for Bowling Green and Nick Devereaux for Eastern Michigan. Big play guys that can put points on the board.
Jiron Johnson was a wide receiver at Texas Southern, transferred to Bowling Green. He's got excellent route running, a wide catch radius, and that makes him a matchup nightmare for defenses. You add in excellent at the blocking, at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, and he may be the best tight end in the MAC. On the other side, an injury to Terry Lockett Jr. at wide receiver opened up the door for Nick Devereaux to become Noah Kim's go-to guy. Devereaux continues to get better week in and week out, and he has elite top-end speed. Look for Noah Kim to take some shots deep to Nick Devereaux.
All right, we get set to go here at Rynearson Stadium on this chilly but certainly Mid-American Conference football-like Saturday afternoon, early in the month of November. Michael Regai, Ryan Cavanaugh, and the rest of our ESPN crew. Ryan, we just said in the open that these two football teams, because both are on multiple game losing streaks, these last three in their regular season starting today, extremely important for both programs.
Yeah, we can start with the visitor Bowling Green. They still have a shot at being bowl eligible. They win out, and these are winnable games. They're playing Eastern today, Akron, and then on the road at Massachusetts. But they sweep it. They go 3 for 3. They're bowl eligible.
So Eastern Michigan won the toss, and they're going to defer to the second half. So Nathan Dibert has got the football all teed up at the 35-yard line. Back in the return spot for Bowling Green, Alan Middleton. And game on as we get set to go out of Rynearson Stadium. Non-returnable with that booming kickoff from Dibert of Eastern Michigan. So let us get you familiar with this Bowling Green offense. And this Bowling Green offense, Ryan, the quarterback, has been Drew Pine for the bulk of the year, but now it's Hunter Najum that's getting the start today. So, Eddie George trying to fix things up a little bit offensively and going to Najum.
Eddie George told us this week that Najum is the healthiest quarterback. Drew Pine, they thought he would be healthy to play if necessary. He's in street clothes. So potentially the backup quarterback would be Lucian Anderson, who we saw warm up before the game.
All right, motion from Alan Middleton. On this first play of the game is going to be the run variety for Bowling Green. Is that first down carry for the Falcons for a short gain of a couple. That was Austin Dendy. He's a big 230-pound redshirt freshman. So Dendy got the first call at the running back spot as you take a look again at Hunter Najum. There he is, making his first start. Played sparingly so far. Ryan will tell you about that after we get this snap. Stay on the ground. Just a couple running tough off that left side. Again, that's Austin Dendy on the carry for the Bowling Green Falcons.
So, Michael, you mentioned Najim 2 weeks ago against Kent State. Baron May started at quarterback. By the way, he's also unavailable today.
Right.
He was injured. Najim came in for him, and then last week Drew Pine started. He returned against Buffalo. He went out, and Najim came in. But as you said, first collegiate start for Najim.
Well, he's going to take that shot on that third down throw. off the hands of his intended receiver, Wynn Sharp. Sharp maybe got that right hand extended. That's going to be a 3-and-out on this first series for the Bowling Green Falcons.
Pretty good ball placement and a nice job of Wynn Sharp to get behind James Mons III. That was a chance for a huge play as we take a look at Coach Chris Creighton, who undoubtedly is happy that Najim and Sharp were unable to connect on that.
We're at the 30-yard line for the Eastern Michigan Eagles in that solo punt return role. Porter Rooks. Such line drive punt came off the side of the foot, and solid field position for the Eastern Michigan Eagles on their first possession of the afternoon, and that means Noah Kim, the young man from the state of Virginia, started his career at Michigan State, also played at Coastal Carolina, had a real strong week last week, Ryan, and albeit in that loss to Ohio.
He's completing over 62% of his passes on the season. Last week he completed 70%. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. All told, 14 touchdowns on the season for Kim through the air.
So Kim on this first out snap. That quick out got batted down. As Bowling Green, that front four got the hands up and batted that down. It looked like it might have been De'Air Kelly on it.
Yeah, it's
Bam Booker. All right, so Booker got that knockdown. The 280-pound senior who started his career as a Maryland Terrapin. Kim is going to go to that inside handoff. That's Dante McMillan on the call. McMillan maybe got one as that Bowling Green D got all over that. So 3rd and long here in this opening possession for Noah Kim and Eastern Michigan offensively.
Defense for Bowling Green has been outstanding all year. Last 3 opponents they've held to under 300 yards. You see how tough they are at the line of scrimmage against the run.
All right, 3 wide receivers now with motion from Harold Mack. Kim will step up, and late throw is hauled in. He hit Nick Devereaux, the young receiver we featured in the open. Devereaux made that grab. Local guy, Detroit area, Troy, Michigan. Went to Brother Rice High School.
What I like about Noah Kim is as he was working his way through the pocket, his eyes stayed downfield, and he was able to find Devereaux, make an athletic pass, and they get the first down.
Devereaux last time out, 5 catches for 121 yards. Might have been early contact there, as coming up off the corner was JoJo Johnson for Bowling Green.
That's a good break on the ball by JoJo Johnson. This was a guy that defensive coordinator Brandon Fisher told us we probably
more reps.
See more
yeah,
of this
for
week.
Sure. Making an impact right away, huh?
Well, he just identified the slant, got there right on time. It was a bang play.
All right, 2nd and 10 now for Noah Kim. Young man from Centerville, Virginia, wants to put it up again. Kim now will beat that rush and fire out of bounds, so it's going to bring up 3rd down here for Noah Kim.
We do have a flag, Michael, in the backfield, and I think they might get defensive holding. Yeah.
Yeah, they that guilty party, did they get MJ Cannon, the outside linebacker, on that?
Yeah, he was out in space towards the far side of the field, and it was a stick, a choice route, and as the receiver tried to break to run along with Noah Kim, MJ Cannon grabs him. You're going to see it right there on the hash. See him, he's got the seat belt on him, holding him in place. Not once, not twice, probably 3 times, Michael Heath.
Well, we'll tell you in a moment, though. Yeah, tremendous year, though, that MJ Cannon has had. Now back to the ground game. Pulling away, Tavier Dunlap. So Dunlap, the 215-pound senior running back, the transfer from right down the road as a Michigan Wolverine. So Dunlap on his first carry of the afternoon, moving chains for Eastern Michigan.
Take a look at the leg drive here. Dunlap is behind the line of scrimmage, grabbed for a loss, and runs right through the tackle of Gideon Lampram.
Dunlap's averaged almost 4 yards a carry this year with 3 touchdowns. Red zone time for Eastern Michigan. They're 100% on the year, 27 for 27. A throw to the end zone from Noah Kim, just over the outstretched arms of Joshua Long. Long is a 245-pound sophomore tight end.
This is a good ball placement by Noah Kim. It's a little high. He knows Long, 6'5", is a big receiver, and he throws it just over the reach of MJ Cannon. That's what they want. They've got a linebacker on their big, strong tight end, and that's what you look for in the red zone.
Yeah, perfect. 27 for 27. 17 of those two, by the way, on TDs. Now Kim off that play fake. He was one stride away from getting in the end zone. Did get taken down by Gideon Lamprin. He's one of the most active and hard tackling linebackers that we have in the MAC, Ryan.
Yeah, I love watching Lamprin play. Noah Kim, he has a really great ability to run the ball. They don't ask him to do it very often, but oftentimes with a quarterback that you don't run that often, you do it in the red zone. Keep the defense off balance.
3rd and 3. Now that line to make is just inside the 3-yard line. Tavier Dunlap got a crease, trying to get the push. No signal yet. He's going to get marked at the 1. That's going to give Eastern Michigan a first down and goal from the 1-yard line. So a couple of strong runs, Ryan, on this opening drive for the Michigan Wolverine transfer, Tavier Dunlap.
He's a power back. I like the aggressiveness he's running with, and this offensive line is doing a nice job getting a push up front.
And he did not get much playing time, you think about it, behind Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards, right, the last few years. That was going to be the case. Direct snap, Dunlap into the end zone. Standing up, touchdown, Tavier Dunlap, and the Eastern Michigan Eagles. That's his 4th rushing TD on the year for Dunlap.
This is straight power football from the Eagles, body on body. And Dunlap just looking for the crease, finds the hole, and he's into the end zone.
So Eastern Michigan on the board first with their opening drive. Rudy Kessinger adding that PAT. So the Eastern Michigan Eagles in front of the home folks here at Rynearson Stadium behind the running of Tavier Dunlap have gotten on the board first. 7-0 Eastern Michigan when we get you back.
Welcome back to Eastern Michigan. Take a look at the blocking here on this touchdown run. You've got Owen Snively, Nicholas Gallegos, and you've got Josh Long, number 87, coming across. And when you have Joey Mattern, Reg, but running back to the left of Dunlap, and he has nobody to block, that means the big fellas up front are doing their job. 5 carries on that drive for 25 yards and a touchdown on the ground. But if you think about it, you take that last carry, which was 1 yard, they averaged 6 yards per carry on that drive. Impressive work by the Eastern Michigan run game.
Yeah, Chris Creighton and the offensive coordinator, Mike Piatkowski, both of them, as Ryan and I did our conversations with the coaches this week, telling us how very impressed they've been with their work of late. On this bowling return is Kadaris Roberts. Roberts has come free. Roberts still alive. Outstanding return from the 5'8" senior out of the state of Florida, Kadaris Roberts.
That was a beautiful return. Oftentimes, Reg, when you see a kick return, the returner will hit a gap, a seam, and then take off. Roberts had to do a lot more. Look at the shake and bake, and then back the other way. Some broken tackles. What an effort by Kadaris Roberts. And Bowling Green has excellent field position, starting at Eastern Michigan's 35 to try to get back into this game.
Given outstanding field position to begin their second possession of the afternoon for this redshirt freshman quarterback, Hunter Najum. They'll stay with the ground game, and that first down call is Austin Dendy. Dendy, a 225-pounder, the big back, and Eddie George said, you know what? He was talking about him and the coaching staff. He said, we're going to make sure that the big fella gets more reps. His responsibility to the program has picked up, and his practice habits going to get him the rock.
He's getting it early and often here this afternoon. Porter.
Stay on the ground, and again, that carry will be with Markel Porter. Porter, too, as we just mentioned about Dendy and Kadaris Roberts. These are the backs that Eddie George is looking to potentially get more reps for today.
And here you look at the quarterback situation. They may have had more adversity at this position than any other team in college football. You see the number of different players that have started, and only 2 of those 4 are in uniform here this afternoon.
That quick out. Outstanding throw, and hauled in and making a grab and into the end zone. Touchdown for Jiron Johnson, the guy we told you about in the open. Johnson caught that quick throw, and he got in the house really untouched. We get a flag on that? There is a flag at the 9-yard line.
During the run, holding, offense, number 2. 10-yard penalty for the spot of the foul. First down.
Look at that. Maybe we have more.
Oh, just like that, taking away what was tremendous catch and go from Jiron Johnson.
Yes, R.J. Garcia is the wide receiver on the outside. Johnson was in the slot, and Johnson had a seam as he broke to the outside. R.J. Garcia grabbed a hold of the defensive back, and that's when the laundry came out. But the explosiveness of Jiron Johnson is very impressive. Full display right there.
Yeah, that quickly took away what would have been the first touchdown throw of the year for Hunter Najum. Now go back to the ground game. Turn to the corner, inside the 5 and into the end zone. That's Austin Dendy. It was like the Bowling Green offense told head coach Eddie George, Coach, don't worry about it. We'll get right back into the house on this next snap.
We saw Dendy get in the end zone, turn around, and I feel like he was surveying the field for another flag. Look at the blocking on the edge. And Dendy lowers the shoulder, gets into the end zone. Excellent job by the Falcons offense.
Young fella's a big back, Ryan, close to 230 pounds. Started his career at Missouri. And it's Dendy getting Bowling Green on the board just like that. Jackson Cleather to add the PAT. Cleather will connect. Doesn't take long, using that big kickoff return for the Bowling Green Falcons to get even here. On the touchdown inside the pylon from Austin Dendy. We're tied at 7 in Ypsilanti. Back inside Rynearson Stadium in Ypsilanti, Michigan on ESPN. And Bowling Green, it didn't take long to bring that answer about to the Eastern Michigan touchdown after the tremendous kickoff return from Kadarius Roberts. 34 yards of travel. They did that in 4 plays to get even.
Michael, that's a 10th touchdown drive of 2 minutes or less this season for Bowling Green. So when they put points on the board, they can do it quickly.
Yeah, they do. And Eddie George telling us this week that offensively, there are a lot of things that he's been very pleased with. And he attributes that to the communication, Ryan. He said on that side of the football, they're communicating much, much better. Entire team, really, every facet of the game, but offensively, it's been noticeable and been strong for him. Now, that's a live football at the 5-yard line. And that was picked up. Short return for Eastern Michigan. On that return, was that Javen Norman? I believe it was. But the football is, that tackle is going to put Eastern Michigan backed up with it at the 17-yard line.
It was excellent kick coverage by Payshawn Wimberly. Actually was down there right as Norman was picking up the football. He overran it, and then he tackled him from behind.
So second series here for the transfer quarterback from Michigan State and Coastal Carolina, Noah Kim. That play fake. And he'll run that quick tunnel screen. Making the grab was Harold Mack. Interesting there, Ryan, because Harold Mack, he started his career high school as a quarterback.
And more of a running quarterback.
Yeah.
But came here from quarterback. They knew they wanted him as a wide receiver, and they knew what they were talking about because he's a true freshman making plays for Eastern.
So Mack got 9 on that reception on the throw from Noah Kim. Back to the ground game. Bowling Green is all over that. They got all over Dante McMillan Coming up to make that hit for the BG Falcons was Gideon Lamprin. Lamprin, that Mike linebacker. Ryan, he's top 10 in total solo tackles in the entire FBS.
Yeah, he's outstanding, but credit Evan Branch Haynes, who had great penetration from the defensive tackle position, got up around the neck, and then Lamprin came in and added to that solid tackle this year. 13th tackle for loss for Lamprin.
That's a very strong year off that quick RPO. That's quarterback Noah Kim, who's going to move the sticks for that first down. Excellent ball fake from Kim. Nobody near him.
That's the second time we've seen him keep it on the zone read. That time he knew exactly where the sticks were and slid down, not only to take care of himself, but take care of the football.
So Noah Kim using the legs to move the sticks and pick up that first down. Opening drive of the football game resulted in the touchdown. Dante McMillan on that carry. McMillan got outside the numbers to the edge. We'll see where they spot that. Give McMillan 6 on that first down call.
Yeah,
so we saw Tavier Dunlap on that first series, ultimately the touchdown maker for Eastern Michigan, and now Dante McMillan.
Coach Creighton told us this week that they're 1A and 1B, and we just saw them in the football game together.
Well, Creighton really has appreciated the way that McMillan has blocked in the passing game. Now throwing that quick fade, and that's going to be a PI, a pass interference. That's going to go against Bowling Green. And it looked like it was Khalil Pascal.
Defense, number 2.
Oh, they got
15-yard penalty for the previous spot. Automatic, first down.
Correct that, MJ Cannon on the PI.
They brought in Harold Mack, and Mack is running a slot fade, and he's matched up with Cannon. They've asked Cannon to do a lot of downfield coverage, and that time he held on to Mack. And if he didn't, I have a feeling Mack would be in the end zone celebrating right now.
So Eastern Michigan are going to go with this trips formation. Now you got 3 receivers to the top of your screen. Nick Devereaux, the young man we featured in the open, and has already drawn the attention of Noah Kim. Kim's going to take a shot deep middle. Wanted Devereaux, and good coverage there from Bowling Green out of that secondary, as that was MJ Cannon. They list Cannon as a linebacker, Ryan, in their defensive scheme, but as we see, he's very good in coverage.
Absolutely. They ask him to do a lot in coverage as well. That's a first shot we've seen from Noah Kim trying to get the ball to Devereaux downfield. I do not think it will be the last.
I would agree with that. So 2nd and 10 now for Noah Kim, just inside Bowling Green territory. Blitz coming. Kim in trouble, just has to throw the football away. But Bowling Green got after that, as that was Isaiah Thomason. Thomason, who wears number 17, 280-pounder, Ryan, but showed a lot of quicks off the edge.
Yeah, nice job getting after him. And Evan Branch Haynes, again, from the interior defensive tackle position, continues to be disruptive in Eastern Michigan's offensive backfield. But it was Thomason who ultimately caused Noah Kim to throw it into the 3rd or 4th row of players on Bowling Green sideline.
Yeah. Now this is 3rd down and 10. Now that line to make is at the 39-yard line here of BG. Again, pressure. Kim had to get out of the pocket and just threw the football away. We got a flag right there at about the 44-yard line of Bowling Green.
I think it's going to be a hold on the offense. It came out pretty quick. But maybe not. This is going to be an interesting play because Bowling Green's defense.
Our referee today, Ryan, is Andy Special, the gentleman in the white hat that you see right there. So he'll make the call for us here momentarily.
Prior to the snap, delay of game, disconcerting signals, clapping on the defense. It's a 5-yard penalty. It will be 3rd down. Game clock operator, please reset the game to 5 minutes, 45 seconds. 5:45.
Don't see it often, Ryan. Disconcerting signals.
You know,
clapping.
I'll tell you what, it was the second time, I'll tell you after this play, the first time I saw that this year, Reg. I don't know if you and I were doing a game, but it was memorable.
Well, yeah, I think we were, because I was just going to say, as you said that, second time that I've been involved in it, so maybe we're thinking about that same play. And now we're going to get an Eastern Michigan timeout. First timeout for the Eagles of Eastern Michigan. So Chris Creighton seeing something he wanted to discuss. Tied at 7 apiece. Back to Ypsilanti in a moment. Yeah, you got to have the hats, gloves, parkas today. Football weather, huh? State of Michigan, nothing wrong with that. Temperature about 42 degrees at kickoff time today. Chris Creighton had a very strong run here, now in his 12th season at Eastern Michigan as the head coach of the Eagles. He's got his offense on the football field right now in this 7-7 tie. As we're in the coming toward the latter stages of our opening quarter today. Noah Kim, transfer from Michigan State, the Eastern Michigan QB. 4 receivers and the 1 back here on this 3rd down throw. That quick out from Kim is hauled in. He hooked up with Harold Mack. And we'll see where that spot is, Ryan. That spot's going to come up short, and it's going to bring up a 4th down and the better part of 1.5 to 2 yards to keep this drive alive.
Yeah, you saw Mack lose his footing a little bit at the end, but I don't know if he would have got there, Preston. Estos came in with a nice hit, but the offense is staying on the field, and if I'm Coach Chris Creighton, this is exactly what I'm doing. I'm going for it here.
Creighton's got Dante McMillan in to the right of Kim in that running back spot. This is 4th down. McMillan, first down and more. Dante McMillan with a strong run. The 205-pounder started his college career at Weber State in the Big Sky Conference. First down, Eastern Michigan.
And McMillan is truly a three-down back. He's developed himself into a three-down back. Struggled earlier to catch the ball out of the backfield, but now he can do that. He can pick up blitzes, and as you see, Michael, he can lower the pads and get tough yardage in between the tackles when he needs to.
They got veterans in this offensive unit. Cam will throw that wheel route. Completely open to hit Dante McMillan. That was a quick wheel, as outside the numbers on that far side, and there wasn't a Bowling Green defender within 7 yards of him.
Yeah, that's blown coverage there. Nobody close. Kyle Pascal comes from the free safety position and knock him out of bounds.
Now another quick throw there, but this time Kim had that broken up. That was broken up by JoJo Johnson. That corner came up. The second time we've distinguished Johnson here today, Ryan, and that is, their defensive coordinator, Brandon Fisher, told us this week on our call that JoJo Johnson's one of those DBs that could get more reps. Second and 10 now from just at the 10-yard line. Kim will step up. Noah Kim inside the 5. He's in the end zone. However, it's going to get called back. Probably a hold on that Eastern Michigan offensive line.
Holding. Offense. Number 63. 10-yard penalty for the previous spot. Second down.
That's the old war horse for the Eagles, Mickey Revelinsky. This is actually the first time that Mickey, you see him take down, that's my guy there, Evan Branch Haynes, so disruptive. And Revelinsky takes him down. Revelinsky's been playing most of the season with a club on his hand.
Yep.
So this is actually one of the first weeks he can actually get called for holding, Reg.
That's right. That's because he couldn't hold, could he, physically with that club.
Coach Creighton might put the club back on if that happens
Maybe.
again.
Yeah. Possibility. All right, second and goal now. Take away that that Noah Kim joint. Now Kim's under pressure. They're going to throw that football away. Boy, Kim again was feeling the heat as that pressure came. This is the second time now, Ryan, we've called Isaiah Thomason, who wears number 17, the transfer from the Memphis Tiger program for Bowling Green.
He's coming upfield. Kim had to spill because of pressure from the other side as well. And Bowling Green's doing a good job of rushing forward and getting to the quarterback.
Third down to goal now for Noah Kim and this Eastern Michigan offense from the 20-yard line. Motion from Jamarian Wheeler. Kim, a lot of time. Came underneath on that check down. He was able to complete that throw and put it on Joshua Long, one of the backup tight ends. Well, actually, Josh Long has probably played the most of the three tight ends, so let me correct myself.
Yeah, I think Long is one of the best tight ends in the league as well.
No question.
We have a good tight end matchup here between Long and Johnson.
27-yard field goal attempt straight on the sticks. And Rudy Kessinger will hit that for Eastern Michigan. So here, 3:13 left in this opening quarter. The three-point connect from Rudy Kessinger, who's now 15 of 20 on the year, puts Eastern Michigan back on top at 10-7. Another solid drive by Noah Kim and the Eastern Michigan Eagles offense.
Both of these teams have had points taken off the board due to penalties. However, Bowling Green was able to get it back in one play and put 7 on the board. This time Eastern Michigan settles for a field goal. been a bit of a bend but don't break type game for these defenses.
That's a good way to describe it, yeah.
There's a lot of yardage. They're moving the ball in between the 20s, and then things happen. If I'm Eastern Michigan, I'm wondering where we kick this football, because I am not giving Kadarius Roberts another crack at a return.
That last opportunity he had kind of sold you, huh?
Lightning, man.
Yeah. Yeah, he got into a little bit of open space on that last return, and he looked like he was very close to leaving, as in touchdown style leaving. Non-returnable on that boot out of the end zone. So we'll see again this quarterback, this young quarterback for Bowling Green. You know, Drew Pine has been the starter most of the year. But this young man that wears number 10, Hunter Najum, the young man from Aliso Viejo, California, who started his career at Washington State. No, it's only a couple series, but early impressions?
I'm impressed with him. He looks calm. He doesn't look like a guy making his first start. They haven't asked him to do a whole lot, but when his number's been called to throw, he's delivered the ball where it's supposed to be.
That's Chris McMillan on that first down carry, Ryan.
And I expected a more toned down, simplified offense for Najim. And that's part of the problem that Bowling Green's been dealing with, is not only 4 different quarterbacks, but 4 different quarterbacks with different skill levels and experience levels.
That's an important point, too.
So the playbook right now is not the same playbook Drew Pine started with last game.
2nd and 7. Najum is going to hook up with running back Austin Dendy. Boy, Dendy uses that 225 pounds of strength of his. It'll move the sticks. Got to take it down at the 40-yard line. That's a Bowling Green first down.
We talked to Coach Creighton, or Coach George rather, this week about, taking what the defense gives you, the short passes, hitting your tight end over the middle. And so far we've seen 2 passes in the flats. This last one to Dendy, and he was able to get a lot of yards after catch. The previous play was to Johnson, and he took it all the way to the house, albeit a flag that called it back.
Stay with the ground game and trying to get that push behind that offensive line. Again, Austin Dendy on the carry. Again, Dendy is out of Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Ryan started his career in the Big 12 at Missouri. But, and again, it stuck out to us that offensive coordinator Greg Nosel told us that he's learning the intricacies of the offense now. And they feel as this year is going on that he's getting a better grasp of that. All right, 2nd down, and we'll call it 7 now. Gonna run that misdirection. And on that call for Bowling Green, on that misdirection.
That was Payshawn Wimberly.
Is that Wimberly?
Yeah, Wimberly's getting some run here.
Yeah. Wimberly wears number 30.
He's a 50-year graduate player. Used to be the kick returner for the past couple of years for Bowling Green.
A 3rd down and 5. Hunter Najum will step up. Najum going to keep the football. He's got a 1st down and more. Sliding down inside Eastern Michigan territory at the 43-yard line as he slid down in.
The tail end of this run, Michael, you'll see the defensive back take off. They had man-to-man under. Zach Mochin comes in to clean him up at the end. But the trouble when you're playing man, especially a safety or 2 deep, and underneath you're playing man, they're turning their head to the quarterback, and that allowed Najum to get up the field because you had defenders chasing wide receivers.
All right, 15 minutes in the books. Eastern Michigan Eagles looking to end their losing run with this 10-7 advantage. Bowling Green on the move. Yeah, there's that Eagle, huh? Rooting for his homestanding Eastern Michigan Eagles inside Ryan Earson Stadium. Great to have you along here as we start quarter number 2 with Eastern Michigan on top of Bowling Green 10-7. But this young quarterback, Hunter Najm, has got Bowling Green on the move. Oh, this Eastern Michigan D, though, going to rally up and get all over that as coming up to make that hit was Zach Moshan made that hit. 225-pound graduate student here in Ypsilanti at Eastern Michigan.
Moshan's battled shoulder injuries all season. One of the toughest guys on this defense. You take a look at Eddie George. What a pleasure it was to talk to him this week, huh, Michael?
Oh, really much enjoyed it. Eddie, truly one of the terrific coaches in college football. We enjoyed our chat with him. Here is he gave us his insights on his Bowling Green Falcons. On that carry for Bowling Green, Austin Dendy again.
So Tyrell Martin from the defensive tackle position, and Mochan again, he's starting to heat up. When Mochan can stay on the field, when they can stay healthy, it's a major boost for the Eagles defense.
Third down and 10 now. That line to make is at the 36-yard line. Najm is set time belted. And we got a flag that's going to go with that. Sterling Miles on the hit for Eastern Michigan.
Red, Sterling, we're going to take a look at this after we get the call from the officials. I think they're going to say he went up top on Najm. But Sterling Miles, who is a real threat rushing the passer, starts all the way on the outside. They run a stunt.
There is no foul on the play. Fourth down.
If we could take a look at this,
pick that up, huh?
Watch where Sterling Miles starts. Look at him sprinting all the way around, right up the middle, and takes Najm down from that angle. Looks like he got a couple parts of Najm above the shoulders, including the face mask, but they picked it up, and Sterling Miles with an impact play here early in the second quarter. How far he traveled, Michael, to get to the quarterback?
Yeah, he did. Came a long distance, so Bowling Green has got to punt the football away. There's that big play defensively made that a 4th and 21. Fair catch time for Eastern Michigan. And handling the duties for the Eagles. The 19-yard line. All right, we'll come back and tell you more after that Porter Rooks fair catch. Eastern Michigan by 3 over Bowling Green. 10-7, Eastern Michigan on top of Bowling Green. Action on this Saturday afternoon here early in the month of November, and a little bit of a November chill here in southeast Michigan on the campus of Eastern Michigan University. Defensive deficiency and FBS ratings included there. Chris Creighton's Eastern Michigan Eagles, Ryan.
Well, that's not the rankings you want to have. 130th, 136th, but they're playing well this afternoon.
Yeah, they really are. Both squads play well defensively.
Impressed with these defenses.
As we're a couple of minutes into quarter number 2, Eastern Michigan with this 3-point advantage in the football for Noah Kim. Kim off that play fake tried to throw that wheel route. Well covered though. It was intended for Harold Mack. Again, Harold Mack's the young man who began his career in high school as a quarterback, and now has out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. And now here for Chris Creighton has made that move under the receiving core. 2nd and 10. Kim, misdirection for the Eastern Michigan quarterback. He quickly faked that toss and then used his legs to quickly pick up that first down out to the 34-yard line. Good run for Kim.
Look at the seal on the outside. They ran a little fold block where the tackle blocked down, the guard pulled out around, and all Kim needed on that fake quick pitch was to freeze the defense for a second to let his linemen get where they need to be. Big game.
Well, 3 wide receivers with that one back, and that one back on the carry, Tavier Dunlap. Dunlap got ripped down, and on that hit for Bowling Green, it looked like it was David Afogo, the defensive end, very active 250-pound sophomore.
Now the teams are even. Going up top.
Everything even?
They're good.
Okay. So excellent defensive play there, and that takedown of Dunlap by Afogo. 2nd and 10 for Noah Kim. Kim's going to put this up. Check that down. Hit Tavier Dunlap. Dunlap got 7. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 3. There's a good look at the touchdown ball carrier again. Tavier Dunlap, good man for the state of Texas, but started his career and played 3 years right down the street at the Big House for the Michigan Wolverines before transferring here for his final season to Eastern Michigan. 3rd down, and we'll call it 3. Keep an eye on Harold Mack. He's tight formation in that slot to the left of quarterback Noah Kim. On 3rd and 3, Kim coming middle. That was caught. 1st down, Eastern Michigan, as he hit that throw to Jamarian Wheeler. Wheeler just his 10th catch of the year, Ryan.
Really nice pass by Noah Kim. You see that the defender is on the opposite side of Wheeler. It's Caden Marshall, the linebacker, and Noah throws the ball where Wheeler can put his body between him and Marshall, not let Marshall get a hand on it. Kim always knows where the sticks are, always knows how much yardage he needs to get the 1st down.
Picked it up there. This is Tavier Dunlap trying to cut back. Good run by Dunlap, as there wasn't much room there, Ryan, and on that cutback, he got 4 to bring up 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, sometimes when 3 yards is the best you get, it's a good run if you get 3 yards. And that's what happened there. Caden Marshall with another tackle. But Coach Creighton right now is doing a nice job offensively of mixing the run and the pass, and also who's running it.
Just shy of the midfield stripe now for Noah Kim. The graduate student quarterback that started his career at Michigan State, also played at Coastal Carolina. Kim to throw. Off the hands of Joshua Long. Long, that very reliable tight end. As we said, maybe, I mean, you know, always debatable, but certainly one of the top tight ends in the Mid-American Conference.
Yeah, that ball was a little outside for him. He turned inside, and you can see he reached up and was barely able to get a hand on it. Confusing route. Wheeler was on the outside also. So while it appeared that Kim was throwing the ball to Josh Long, it may have been going outside even further to Wheeler. We haven't seen Nick Devereaux in the lineup in quite a while.
All right, Eastern Michigan 3 of 6 on their third down converts. Kim, quick throw, hauled in. Dunlap broke a tackle. Terrific play by Tavier Dunlap as he made that grab, and he got rocked initially, but he bounced off that to move the sticks. First down, Eastern Michigan.
That's a tough dude. This is a big-time play. Understanding where you have to get. Lamprum put it on him.
We come back live as Eastern Michigan got that quick snap, and the direct snap was to Tavier Dunlap. So Chris Creighton saying you made that terrific catch and thud like a defender would do to pick up the first down. So they direct snap to him quickly on that first down play.
David Afogo made the tackle. And we've got an injured Bowling Green player as well.
All right, we're going to take this time out. Eastern Michigan by 3, 10-7 when we get back. All right, here's what we have coming up for you in Maction going out through this next week. Kent State in that rivalry battle will head to Akron, Ohio, and Western Michigan Tuesday night. That should be a good one. All these, of course, on the ESPN family of networks. Toledo and Miami, as DeQuan Finn, quarterback from Miami, will face his former club. Northern Illinois, UMass on Wednesday night. So make sure you're locked in on the ESPN family of networks for all of the Mid-American Conference play on Tuesday and Wednesday nights. Right here, 10-7, the homestanding Eagles of Eastern Michigan on the move behind quarterback Noah Kim. The 3-point advantage over Bowling Green. Kim's looking to put it up. Got flushed out. Noah Kim with his legs. We got a flag back there in the area of the hold as Kim was getting out of the pocket unscathed, but maybe got some help. And going to be a hold on Eastern Michigan.
No. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Second down.
Microphone cut out there, but I believe they got Owen Snively And the true freshman, Dior Gardner's working. I'm looking at 54. And then, yeah, it is Snively. And as soon as Kim goes, you can see the hand on the back, right in front of the official, drops the flag. What would have been a substantial gain for Noah Kim.
And moves the football back to close to the midfield stripe now. It'll be 2nd and 17 for Noah Kim. And the Eastern Michigan offense, 4 wide receivers. He'll gun that quick in route. Well, that was hauled in, making a real nice grab for Eastern Michigan. I think, was that Porter Rooks? It was Rooks. Porter Rooks, he's a 200-pound graduate student out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Porter Rooks
did a nice job with his body control, reaching back and bringing in the football.
Yeah, very much so he did. Still 3rd and long now. Let's call it 3rd and 9 for Eastern Michigan. The line to make the 33-yard line of Bowling Green.
Screen.
Trying to set up that middle screen. See Noah Kim, we got a late flag, and that might cost Bowling Green's Evan Branch Haynes, as that flag was thrown by the
Personal
referee.
foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 5. 15-yard penalty for the previous spot, automatic, 1st down.
So they say 5, so they got Eric George.
Yeah, Eric George. Yeah, you see George at the end. He comes up and pushes him down. And JoJo Johnson dissected and read that screen perfectly. Almost had an interception. Not that it would have mattered because of the personal foul. And both these teams have assisted the other one with some untimely penalties.
Yeah. And Eastern Michigan on the move now, on top by 3. Stay with the ground game. Trying to work that misdirect off the right side, and on that carry was Dante McMillan. McMillan got a couple inside the 25. So Dante McMillan right now is the running back. We've seen a lot of Tavier Dunlap here and Dante McMillan. Those two have been the main thrust at the running back spot for head coach Chris Creighton. 2nd and 7 now for Noah Kim and the Eastern Michigan offense. Joshua Long in that quick motion, going to throw that fade route. Outstanding, tremendous opportunity by Jamarian Wheeler. Wasn't able to hold that in as he tried to readjust his body and make that one-handed, left-handed grab.
And Chris Creighton is livid on the outside. Watch the jersey being pulled. Now, in fairness, Wheeler had his hand on the jersey. McClendon as well. But there was a lot of jersey being grabbed, and Chris Creighton was right there on the sideline, and he's still talking to the side judge.
Jalen McClendon was the Bowling Green cornerback. I'll come up with that stop there. Kim. Well, getting out of the pocket, he just have to throw the football away. Noah Kim just had nothing available to him on 3rd and 7. So with a football here, let's see what Chris Creighton is going to do. Looks like field goal team on the football field, right? Rudy Kessinger. And Kessinger, this will be from the right hash, 42 yards away for Rudy Kessinger. On the year, he's 15 of 20. 5 of 9 from this territory. Line drive shot. Did he have the accuracy? No, he pushed it wide left. So Eastern Michigan not able to tack on to their 10-7 lead. So Bowling Green got to stop, and they'll have the football when we get back. couple of plays ago as we get back inside right here at Stadium. Eastern Michigan quarterback Noah Kim looking for Demarion Wheeler. Yeah, some contact there, Ryan, but to me, I like the no call here.
Yeah, I think Coach Creighton is arguing that the right hand of Wheeler was being held and he wasn't able to use it to catch the football, but all for naught at this point, and the missed field goal by Kessinger keeps it a 3-point game in favor of Eastern Michigan.
Look at the Bowling Green offense back on the football field, and with that quick burst on that Austin Dendy bolt, we got a terrific combo block from center Alex Padgett and that left guard Jake Burns.
Nice burst by Dendy, getting into the open field, breaking a tackle. Michael, it's a 3-point game. That was only the 16th offensive play of Bowling Green. Eastern Michigan has more than doubled them up. 34 offensive plays for Eastern and only 16 for Bowling Green. This will be 17.
Man, see the burst that Austin Dendy runs with, and this is Dendy again.
It's a great job getting into the backfield by Donovan Green. Really rerouted Austin Dendy, and credit Dendy to actually make something positive out of that, because he looked like he was dead to rights in the backfield by Donovan Green.
So it's going to bring up now a second down, and we'll call it a long 8. The line to make is inside Eastern Michigan territory at the 47-yard line as the Eagles hold on to this 10-7 lead. Stay on the ground. Another carry for Austin Dendy.
This has been a physical football game. Both these teams are playing good defense. There's a lot of hitting going on, a lot of tough runs. It's almost sometimes when it starts getting cold, the intensity picks up. It's like the guys are, you know, we're going to hit a little harder to keep ourselves warm, you know?
Yeah. Not a bad concept. Third down and 7 now. For Bowling Green QB, Hunter Najum, who's going to put it up. Triggers that out route.
Flag.
Got a late flag being thrown as Najum was trying to find Jacob Harris.
Pass intended for Jacob Harris.
He's already caught 4 touchdown passes on the year from his tight end spot.
Pass interference. Defense, number 21. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic. First down.
That's James Mons, Ryan, the guilty party. The young man in his third college football program has also played at Indiana and Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, Mons just got on the receiver and shielded him from the sideline. And as the receiver was working to get to the football, it looked as if he was holding him and preventing him from doing that, and at least the official felt that way.
Now, Mons getting more reps today because their starting corner Tyrell Diener is injured, as ground game continuing for Austin Dendy and Bowling Green. So Dendy running the football hard and with a lot of strength on this drive. And again, 225-pound redshirt freshman.
You mentioned the comments from the coaching staff this week about Dendy. Coach Nosell said he's just really raw, but he has the physical talents, and he's a bruiser who runs behind his pads. And if that isn't the most accurate description I've ever heard of a football player, I don't know what is.
Yeah, no doubt. And again, Dendy's got the corner. Austin Dendy still alive, breaking tackles down near the 15-yard line.
14 on the carry.
Dendy's really showing off a lot of the different tricks here. He's going to set up the block there, cut back in. He allows the defense to over pursue, and then knows when to just get as much as you can at the tail end of the drive. Bowling Green in the red zone.
Oh, this Eddie George Bowling Green Falcon offense on the move. They've dropped 3 in a row to Central Michigan, Kent State, and Buffalo, looking to resurrect that here today. Big hole again. Dendy inside the 5. He'll power his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Austin Dendy and Bowling Green.
Touchdown Phillies.
All about Dendy on that drive, Ryan Kavanaugh.
That young man was not going to be denied a touchdown. Ran through a couple Eastern Michigan defenders. But how about the blocking? Look at the hole that opens up for Dendy. There's a little stiff arm. That's not going to work to bring him down. Credit the offensive line for opening up a Volkswagen-sized hole for Austin Dendy to run through.
Jackson Pleather to add that PAT again, and just like that, as Austin Dendy was powerful running the football on that drive, Bowling Green has grabbed the 14-10 lead.
Dendy is a powerful back. When he gets to the second level, I mean, he's powerful through the hole as well, but they got aided by the 15-yard penalty for the pass interference. But primarily, this drive was on the ground with Austin Dendy.
No question about it. Dendy came into today averaging just about 3.5 yards per carry. And with his second touchdown run of the year. But look, very impressive on that drive. You get a look at Eddie George and where his Bowling Green Falcons have been. And as Ryan and I told you as we came on the air today, extremely important month of November now. Both of these football teams, they'd have to win out to potentially be bowl eligible. But they all know, both squads know, their coaching staffs know how important this month of November is to both of these programs as they look to continue to make inroads in the MAC.
Yeah, it's important for so many different reasons, as you see Coach Creighton, who's trying to get his team and his offense fired up to put some points on the board before the half. But we saw that stat of how Bowling Green has been since 2002. Credit former head coach Scott Loeffler for taking a program that frankly wasn't very good, turning it around, and then handing it off to Coach Eddie George. And you have to wonder if the quarterback situation wasn't what it is this year for Bowling Green.
Yeah.
There's probably a couple other games that they could win.
Well, back to work for Noah Kim. Now that pocket will break down. Kim threw that late to running back Tavier Dunlap. And I don't know if that got back to where that ball was snapped, the line of scrimmage. It did not. So completed pass for Noah Kim, but as he went through all his progressions, nothing there. He had his check down to running back Tavier Dunlap. Loss of 1, 2nd and 11.
And the clock continues to roll. Not a huge factor yet, but inside 2.5 minutes.
4 wide receivers now for Noah Kim. See Harold Mack come across the formation. Kim got rid of it quickly, and did Bowling Green's DB Joe Johnson put a wicked wallop on. Look at Johnson, loving that as
just reads and reacts so quickly. Getting it to Devereaux. And JoJo Johnson, it's the third time at least, Michael, we've seen him with a big break on the ball. And Devereaux unable to hang on to it, but who would have?
And now it brings up a 3rd down long, 3rd and 11. So if Noah Kim and Eastern Michigan cannot convert here, plenty of time left for Bowling Green to get this football back. Kim, 3rd and 11. He's going to take that deep shot. Had a little bit too much air underneath it. Incomplete as he was looking to find Nick Devereaux.
Pass intended for Nick Devereaux, incomplete.
And Bowling Green got their stop at Eastern Michigan. We got the punt team on the football field.
This is one of the best punters in the MAC, Mitchell Tomasek. And there you go, leads the MAC with this average. Now, sometimes they ask him to kick it higher and not further because you can't cover it when you kick it so far. But if Mitchell Tomasek wants to let it rip, he can do that.
First of the afternoon, Reese Stocksdale fumbled the football. Oh, I think Stocksdale got it back. Stocksdale, the young man from, he started his career at Ohio State and then transferred into Bowling Green and had to quickly get back on the football. All right, inside the 2-minute timeout. The lead for Bowling Green is 4 at 14-10 when we get back. Austin Dendy, the outstanding running back of Bowling Green. 11 carries, 90 yards, couple of touchdowns. Real good day already.
Well, he's done it with a lot of power, a lot of physicality in the vision. I'm really impressed with what Austin Dendy's been able to do. He refuses to go down, and here he is setting up his blocks. He's, we've heard that he's raw and he needs to figure out the intricacies of the game. He looks pretty good to me. He's doing a lot of the little things that make running backs very good.
Well, we specifically asked Eddie George about it, remember this week? And he said, yeah, I'm glad you guys brought because he's become more responsible. That was a term he used to what he needs to do in this program to get those reps. Speaking of reps, there's another one for Austin Dendy. That's his 12th carry of this opening half. Short gain there of just a couple of yards, 2nd and 8.
This is going to be interesting to see how both teams handle this because there's a running play. Eastern Michigan still has two timeouts. Hunter Najim has not thrown a pass yet this quarter. He's 2 for 3 for 33 yards in the game. And if they run a short play here, does Eastern Michigan take a timeout and try to get the football back? And if it's an incomplete pass, now you're giving them the football. They're going to keep it on the ground.
Yeah, they are. They're going to stay on the ground and keep running Austin Dendy.
Chris Creighton's going to take a timeout, Michael.
Yeah, why not? Still 71 seconds left in this second quarter. And Bowling Green is coming up here on this third down snap here. So a stop here on this 3rd and 5 will more than likely get the football back for Eastern Michigan.
And if I'm Eddie George, as we take a look at him in this offensive huddle, I'm running the football to make Eastern Michigan burn their final timeout. You hope Dendy gets the yards on the ground. But, again, not that there's not a lot of faith, but the running game has been so good for Bowling Green through this offensive line and Austin Dendy.
Yeah, very close to 100 yards here in this opening half. As we said, he started this drive with 90 yards on 11 carries, and of course, with a couple of touchdowns, the latest that gave Bowling Green the lead.
It's a big play for this Eastern Michigan defense.
3rd down and 5. That quick throw.
Johnson.
Yeah, hauled in, but going to come up short is Jiron Johnson. Oh, Johnson needed to gain the 38-yard line. He came up a yard short, and Chris Creighton says with exactly 60 seconds left, he is going to burn the 3rd timeout, the final timeout of this opening half. So no timeouts left. No, they're going to put that clock adjusted to 1:04 left. All right. Any thought, partner, in Eddie George's mind? It's 4th and a long one here. Not advantageous at your own 37-yard line, but you punt the football away, yes?
100%.
Okay.
You have to punt the football away. Eastern doesn't have any timeouts. They haven't been able to move the ball very successfully in this second quarter. And right now, Eddie George's defense is playing very, very well. So I put it in the hands of the defense. And conversely, Michael, for Eastern Michigan, even if you get 3, they get the football coming out of the half.
Correct, yeah.
So this is a big opportunity for Eastern Michigan.
Porter Rooks, the return man, standing at his own 19-yard line. Rooks will back up and fair catch that at the 13-yard line as hitting that big punt-wise for the Bowling Green punt game. They got what they wanted there. Eastern Michigan's got that long field to travel.
John Henderson.
John Henderson on that punt.
Noah Kim right now, he has only 1 completion in his last 5 attempts, and that went for a -yard. So,
Kim started from this 13-yard line, but we got whistles before he got that throw off intended for Porter Rooks.
Got movement on the right tackle.
Ball start. Offense, number 66. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Josh Anderson got into his kick step to try to pass protect a little early. You'll see him to the right of your screen there, big 66.
1st down and 15.
And it's called the kick step. He's got an end outside of him coming. He's got to get depth, get in front of him. And he just started a little bit early.
So that backs Eastern Michigan up now. The 8-yard line, 1st and 15. Kim, pressure coming. Kim, got to throw the football away. Oh, he almost got it picked off. Boy, he dangerously threw that football. And it was almost picked off by Cal El Pascal. El Pascal, who plays that free safety spot, got his hands on this, Ryan.
Yeah, but it's the right of the screen. It's Miles Bradley. We were just talking about Josh Anderson and his kick step, and Miles Bradley comes around and almost gets a safety on Noah Kim. You can see to the right. Look at 23, how far out he is. Now he's moving in, but look at the angle. And he's just using his speed rush to get outside of Anderson.
2nd and 15, Chris Creighton decided to go back to the ground game with Dante McMillan. Eddie George is going to grab this timeout, and that is their first here. With 47 seconds left, as Eastern Michigan is looking at a 3rd and 13 now. So Eddie George, with 47 seconds left in the clock, seeing an opportunity potentially get this football back. We'll stop this clock here and see if we can get our hands on it one more time.
Absolutely. I mean, there's plenty of time here. They still have 2 timeouts in their holster. Miles Bradley's been the difference maker for the defense. Take a look at this pass rush by 23, and he starts so high that Josh Anderson is actually, this is where he almost got the safety. He's almost turning and running to get Bradley. And you'll see Bradley again, he's to the right of the formation.
Kim on that quick throw. Now trying to change directions. Got flags everywhere as Eastern Michigan is going to get this called back as Kim got rid of the football quickly.
You're going to get a blindside block, Michael.
Hey, hit that throw to Harold Mack, but 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 flags came out as Mack was trying to get outside the numbers and keep that play alive.
We're going to hear from Mr. Special. But once Mack changed directions, one of the linemen peeled back and hit a Bowling Green defender. And I'm pretty sure that's what this call is going to be, but we're going to find out now.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block, offense number 66. That penalty's declined. The result of the play is 4th down.
That was Josh Anderson, so not the best series for Anderson. Look at this, though. And he hit Evan Branch Haynes. Bowling Green is going to get the football back with time to work, but again, Najim has not thrown well. I guess he did throw a pass. He completed one to Jyron Johnson.
Eastern Michigan's going to have to punt the football away. This punt will come from about the vicinity of the 7-yard line. Hanging that high. Not much there at all for Reese Stocksdale. As Stocksdale on that punt return was taken down right away with 32 seconds left.
Look who gets down there.
Is that Devereaux?
Nick Devereaux. Look at the speed of that guy. Boom, as soon as Stocksdale is there, there's a missile coming at him. It's Nick Devereaux. And I'll give Reese Stocksdale some credit for trying to field that because Bowling Green had the punt block unit on the field. They had 10 at the line of scrimmage. They all came. And Stocksdale had to know that he had 0 of his teammates blocking for him, but took a shot at it anyways.
Good field position here from the 40-yard line. 32 seconds left. Hunter Najim will throw that out, and he got picked off. Ill-advised throw. It was thrown behind his intended receiver, and on that INT was Barry Manning. Barry Manning, who plays what's called the alpha position in the Eastern Michigan defense on the pick.
Yeah, well, that ball was thrown well behind Jacob Harris, the tight end. Barry Manning was originally a defensive back this year, but moved to linebacker because of injuries. So he is able to cover tight ends very well. And this has been the most back and forth final 2 minutes of a college football game I've seen this year.
Changed possessions 3 times here. All right, that gets Noah Kim back on the football field with this Eastern Michigan offense. From their own 47, Kim to put it up. Check that down. And made that throw to Dante McMillan. McMillan's going to step out of bounds in Bowling Green territory at the 48-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd down now and 5.
Brady Kessinger, the kicker's long field goal on the year was a 50-yarder against Kentucky.
23 seconds left. Motion from Josh Long across the formation. Now Kim may be audibilizing here. McMillan, the running back. Second and 5 for Kim. A lot of pressure. He's going to get knocked down as he got back to the line of scrimmage. Excellent hit from Eric George. George, there he is. Where's number 5? Clock moving. One more snap, maybe. Or maybe not. They might let the, no, they did get the snap off. Wow, that's we've seen a whole bunch of everything. Now they let the clock go down to literally a second, and then Noah Kim just grounded the football.
They're going to take a shot. I mean, I don't. You know, it doesn't matter if you have 8 seconds or 1 second. If they're going to do something, they're going to take a shot. Eastern Michigan 1-1 on first downs today, but this is going to be a Hail Mary. And Miles Bradley now in 23 in the white jerseys at the bottom of the screen. I would flip my running back and help protect your quarterback against number 23.
A lot of pressure now. And Noah Kim's going to throw the football away, and that will end the first 30 minutes of activity. We saw a whole lot of things that went on in the last 2 possessions for each football team. A couple of touchdown runs from running back Austin Dendy has put Bowling Green on top of Eastern Michigan. 14-10, Bowling Green at the half. Don't go away. More coming up on ESPN. It's halftime here in Ypsilanti, Michigan as the Bowling Green Falcons and the Eastern Michigan Eagles battle. Don't go away. We'll be back with more right after this. Halftime here between Bowling Green and Eastern Michigan at Rynearson Stadium. We'd like to take this time to let you know about the ESPN app. Here's what you do. You get all of ESPN college football, every bit of it in one place with the all-new ESPN app. Unlock with the ESPN Unlimited plan, or you can log in with your television provider. Don't go away. First half highlights and the statistical story when we get you back to Rynearson Stadium in Ypsilanti, Michigan. That's coming up next. Back inside Rynearson Stadium, where the visitors, the Bowling Green Falcons, have this 14-10 lead at halftime. Michael Regai with Ryan Kavanaugh on our ESPN crew. All right, let's take a look at how everything unfolded. And it starts out with Noah Kim going to work with the Eastern Michigan pass game, Ryan.
Yeah, Noah Kim had a strong first quarter, completing 5 passes for 72 yards, finding Nick Devereaux there. And now McMillan up the sideline. And then using his footwork, setting up some blocks was Noah Kim. Overall, a pretty good half through, both on the ground and through the air for Noah Kim. Gotta love the effort of Dunlap, Reg. And for Bowling Green, the story's been Austin Dendy. He's been a machine running through, over, and around Eastern Michigan's defense. 6 yards shy of 100 in the first half alone, 2 touchdowns. And he went deep into his bag several times to show off a lot of his skill set, especially on this play. And this is a young man whose ceiling is high, and he continues to get better week in and week out. You see the power and the determination getting into the end zone for the second touchdown, and that put Bowling Green up 14-10.
Yeah, which is where we stand right now. All right, let's take a look at the numbers here. And it's been Austin Dendy that has led this Bowling Green rush attack. As you see, they've outrushed Eastern Michigan 98-66. And yet, Ryan, the time of possession, something you and I always like to look at. I mean, again, 4 minutes plus more, Eastern Michigan has had the football than Bowling Green, but doesn't show up that way on the scoreboard.
And they've ran 19 more plays than Bowling Green. Usually when you're doubling up a team or virtually doubling up a team with the number of plays from scrimmage, you are going to be ahead on the ultimate truth teller. That's the scoreboard. But right now, Eastern Michigan, they're going to receive the kick to start the second half, but they're trailing Bowling Green.
Yeah, the last couple of possessions weren't what head coach Chris Creighton and his quarterback Noah Kim were looking to get established. So, like Ryan just said, they will get the ball to begin this third quarter, but they'll do it trailing at 14-10. All right, don't go away. We'll come back and get you a little bit more as halftime rolls on ESPN. Back inside right here, Ryerson Stadium, a good look at Eddie George, the head football coach of the Bowling Green Falcons. They're trying to shake this 2-game losing slide. They dropped 4 of their last 5 and got a halftime lead at 14-10 over the homestanding Eagles of Eastern Michigan. Ryan Kavanaugh with yours truly, Michael Regai, Adam Meyer and Jack Langen, our producers. Jonathan Mondelli, our director this afternoon. Hope you're enjoying it as we take a look. Ryan, here's what's going on with MACtion next week. Kent State at Akron on Tuesday night. Ohio, Western Michigan. That'll have a lot of meaning at the top of the MAC standings. Wednesday night features Toledo and Miami. That should DeQuan Finn facing his former program, the Toledo Rockets, down in Oxford, Ohio. And also on Wednesday night, Northern Illinois at UMass. And next Saturday, are you with me next Saturday in Muncie, Indiana? We know that yet? Okay, not sure, huh? Okay. Eastern Michigan and Ball State. That's where I'll be, and I will try my best to bring my partner Ryan Kavanaugh with me.
I'd love to make the trip.
How's that?
That's great.
Let's take a look at some of the whys and wherefores of what's at stake here for Eddie George and Bowling Green. State Bowl eligible, of course. Got to keep winning to do that. And as we said, they dropped 3 in a row. After that big win, that rivalry win over Toledo, the losses were the Central Michigan at home. They went to Kent State and got beat by 3. And then, of course, the game that I think we could tell this week that Eddie felt just what probably the performance that bothered him the most this year was the last time out in that loss at Buffalo.
Yeah, I think so. The Bowling Greens hadn't been in a lot of games that they could have walked away with. We discussed that earlier. But in particular, yeah, Buffalo was kind of the one that has stayed with them. And you look at that schedule, they've played good competition. Only one team without a winning record, and that was Kent State.
So Eastern Michigan will get their hands on the football to start this second half. That deep man is Javen Norman. And that's Norvin from the goal line. Javen Norman on the return. He got knocked down at the 17-yard line.
Speaking of Javen Norman, his brother Javion Norman was out for the first half of this game, so we would expect to see him for Eastern Michigan. He's the older brother. He's a defensive back, so keep an eye out for number 8, making his first appearance in the game due to a targeting last week, not being able to play.
So quarterback Noah Kim back on the football field. There's a good look at the graduate student, starting quarterback for the Eastern Michigan Eagles. They'll stay on the ground on this first down carry. That's Dante McMillan. They went with a dual running backs there, and McMillan promptly will roll for 13 yards at a first down. Had both McMillan and Tavier Dunlap in that set with the quarterback Noah Kim.
I like that setup, and Dunlap had a nice block to assist his running mate McMillan. Kim started, we talked about this at the half, Kim started off pretty well, but finished the first half 3 of 7 for only 13 yards. So we'll see if they go to the air and Kim can get back on track from where he was to begin the game.
Well, stay on the ground there, and Bowling Green is not fooled whatsoever as, again, Dante McMillan on the call. In on that Bowling Green hit was Gideon Lamprin. There's Lamprin. Good look at him. 225-pound junior out of LaGrange, Ohio. Started his career in the FCS with the Dayton Flyers.
Yeah, he really, it's interesting when you see people come up from FCS or Division II and they fit right in, and you realize that either they needed a year of seasoning or they belonged here all the time, because I promise you Gideon Lamprin belongs at this level.
A quick play fake, and then Kim delivered that throw that was hauled in. Making that grab was Porter Rooks, 6'2" angular receiver who started his career at NC State.
That's a really nice timing route. And Eastern Michigan was at 3rd and 2. So far today, Eastern Michigan is 3 for 3 on 3rd downs when they need 4 yards or less.
So 3rd down and very short here. Stay on the ground, and now Bowling Green got to stop. They got to stop as it looked like Dante McMillan wasn't able to get there. So McMillan was taken down, and that was Caden Marshall, that outside linebacker, on the hit.
And that is the announcer's curse. They were 3 for 3. They're now 3 for 4.
There you go. Yeah.
3rd down when you need 4 or less.
Reese Stocksdale, the punt returner for Bowling Green, standing back at his 22-yard line, awaiting this Eastern Michigan punt. Mitchell Tomasek hung that high, fair catch with a flag from the fair catch, again from Reese Stocksdale.
It's interesting. That might have been Devereaux coming down in coverage again, and there may have been a tackle. They're going to move Eastern Michigan back even further if that's the case.
During the kick, holding, return team number 8. Phillies half the distance to the goal, 1st and 10.
So Bowling Green will have their hands on the football when we come back. Early 3rd quarter timeout. Bowling Green with a 14-10 lead on Eastern Michigan. We get back to Rynearson Stadium. We take a look at some of the issues that have befallen the Eastern Michigan performance in the 3rd quarter of games this year, Ryan.
And that's particularly on the offensive end. Is this through 9 games and only scoring 14 points in all of those 3rd quarters combined? That is, it's not great. And I'm sure Coach Creighton was hopeful that his team would come out a little more efficient on their first drive, especially after that 1st yard gain or 1st yard carry by McMillan for 10 yards.
This possession starts out on the ground for Bowling Green. And again, the big back, the 225-pounder Austin Dendy on the carry. We'll give Dendy 3.
14 on the carry, that's Austin Dendy.
And to bring up 2nd down and 7. So with all these dynamics that we shared with you at our disposal, again, you know, remember what Eddie George told us about his football team. And again, we said specifically, you know, you feel good about what's developing with this squad. And he said specifically, Ryan, we're going to keep finding the right people that we need to compete with great effort to win us football games. And I would have to imagine this young man that carries the football again, Austin Dendy, is one of those, as Dendy with that 2nd down carry to keep it on the ground for Bowling Green.
Well, that puts Dendy at 100 yards on the afternoon, and that's a career high. His previous best was 95 against Kent State. That was only 2 weeks ago. So you can tell that Dendy is just getting warmed up, just starting to feel it. He had 62 yards last week. So, you know, that's what you want to see. You want to see continued progression and improvement. Direct snap.
Yep, direct snap on 3rd and 3. Eastern Michigan said, no, we're not having any of that, as they knocked Dendy down right at the line of scrimmage. So bringing up 4th down and 3 for Bowling Green.
That's Jason Marshall, the free safety. Look at him read it. You're going to see 13 fly up on the outside. Right there, that's a big-time hit by Jason Marshall, and then holds his water, prevents Dendy from getting the 1st down yardage, and the punt team is on the field.
Now Marshall, a local young man here, not too far from here, Trenton High School, here in the southeastern part of the Wolverine state of Michigan.
Bowling Green has a very unique punt formation.
It's Henderson booming away, but he didn't hit it well. Angled off the side of his foot and is going to get out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Eastern Michigan with an opportunity to reclaim the lead. They're down by 4. All right, back inside Right Earson Stadium. The last time these two squads got together, it was at Deutsch Perry Stadium in Bowling Green, Ohio. As you see, some of the touchdown plays from both squads.
Yeah, Rich. Ben Bryant threw for 2, ran for another one for Eastern. And he ended up 20 of 26 for 286.
Good afternoon's work. Now, both these squads offensively today have gone 3 and out 3 times. And, of course, that first possession for each here in the second half. So it's Noah Kim's turn once again. Kim, who quarterbacks this Eastern Michigan offense, was about a step away from maybe breaking big out that back door as Dante McMillan on the call got 5 on that first down carry.
He hit that hole hard. And
so McMillan and now Tavier Dunlap. Are they going with both backs? We said this first possession here in the third quarter with both Dante McMillan and Tavier Dunlap, who have done the bulk of the work at the running back spots. Pressure coming, taking a shot is Noah Kim. We got a flag as he was trying to find Jamarian Wheeler. Wheeler, the 6'1" wideout, and the flag, a Bowling Green.
Defense, number 8, 15-yard penalty for the previous spot. Automatic, first down.
Bowling Green was trying to sell, they thought, offensive PI, right?
Yeah, take a look at this pass. This is the, look at McClendon has the jersey of Wheeler pulling on him. But there was a big-time collision in the backfield. Gideon Lampram timed up the snap on a blitz, got through, and Tavier Dunlap picked him up. Beautiful job pass blocking by Dunlap.
Well, that PI results in a first down, and now we got movement on that Eastern Michigan O-line. It's going to cost the Eagles 5.
It's going to be Snively again.
Illegal snap, offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty, first down.
The center is Nick Gallegos, so you get a good look at him, 290-pound junior out of Naperville, Illinois. They called him the guilty party. 4 wide receivers, 2 by 2, as you see. Top and bottom of your screen for quarterback Noah Kim. 1st and 15 for Kim. He'll gun that quick out. And that's hauled in, and making that catch for a very short game was tight end Joshua Long for Eastern Michigan. There's a good look at Long.
You know, Reggie just talked about Nick Gallegos, the center. Due to injuries, he was slotted into the starting lineup. And as players came back, he never came out of the starting lineup. That's how good Gallegos plays. Offense coordinator Coach Pike says he's going to be a doctor someday. Plays the game with a lot of passion.
He's done a really nice job. Gallegos, 2nd down and 12. Kim's going to throw that fade. And that was broken up. Now we got another flag. Kim was trying to find Jamarian Wheeler again. Bowling Green very unhappy, as it looks like Jalen McClendon.
Pass interference. Defense, number 8.
Is a guilty party.
15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic, first down.
I would also like to point out that the holding penalty on the punt return for the first possession of Eastern was on McClendon. When Bowling Green took over the ball, and then they ended up back at their 10 when Eastern Michigan punted. So that's 3 penalties on McClendon early in the third quarter.
And we saw in the first half, Eddie George wasn't pleased with a couple of those calls. So now here's again, you'll get that dual back look with Tavier Dunlap and Dante McMillan offset. And the call is McMillan. Dante McMillan with a burst to the 16-yard line. Move the sticks, first down, Eastern Michigan.
You can see how the running backs complement each other. Tavier Dunlap, more of a power back. When McMillan gets the football, he's running like his hair is on fire. He's quick to hit the hole, quick to get upfield, and they've had a lot of success in the second half with McMillan using his speed.
Now, Tavier Dunlap is right on that 20-yard line, lined up at the bottom of your screen there, wearing that number 8, normally the running back, lined up in a receiver slot here. Stay on the ground, and again, Dante McMillan, hard running off that right side, behind the block of the big man, the best of the offensive line, Mickey Revelinski of Eastern Michigan.
Offensive line's doing a great job of allowing McMillan to get up to the second level. You saw Revelinski.
He got two, Ryan.
Yeah, he chipped and then he shielded Lamprum from being able to get there. So, but
Came off his initial block
chipped,
and got another.
Went to the second level. So, yeah, he picked up two guys.
First down, a goal from the 7-yard line. Kim throwing end zone. Broken up beautifully. Outstanding defensive play to break that up by JoJo Johnson.
Reg, I'm not throwing the ball to JoJo Johnson. So whoever's covering him, this guy has been outstanding here. Look at the technique here to use his right arm, reach through, knock the ball away, intended for Devereaux. But JoJo Johnson has been lights out this entire game covering, particularly in man. And now they're going to go Joey Mattard to the left of Noah Kim.
So the dual backs. Now Mattard's going to come in motion. Kim, that quick inside flip. But that was read very, very well by Bowling Green as McMillan was taken down by Eric George. The name familiar, right? Like the same as a head coach, right?
Close, Eric, Eddie, but yeah, that's his son.
Yep.
Cade Marshall as well. Look at the linebacker right on him. George gets on top of him as well. And third and goal, and if you're Eastern Michigan, you've been down this deep. You want to come away with 6 points, not 3.
All right, let's see what OC Mike Piatkowski comes up with. Third and goal. Well, that's movement. Now it's going to be third and goal, but from the 12-yard line.
Well, they had both right.
False start. Offense, number 66. 5-yard penalty, third down.
And that's Josh Anderson again. Looked like one of the receivers in the bunch set was moving as well. I think 23, Miles Bradley on defense, is having an impact. He's got such a significant speed advantage, and his alignment is so far outside that Josh Anderson knows I need to get back in a hurry to protect Noah Kim, and it's making him a little jumpy.
Yeah, so trailing by 4, Eastern Michigan not going in the right direction right now to suit head coach Chris Creighton. From the 12, Kim gunned that quick in route. That was hauled in, breaking tackles into the end zone. Touchdown, Eastern Michigan's Nick Devereaux. Oh, he made a terrific grab and then lowered the boom on Bowling Green's DBs.
It's a nice job by Devereaux, first of all, to find the open spot in the zone, and then afterwards, what an individual effort.
That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
So after the touchdown, Devereaux, because he was on the ground, he started repping some push-ups. I don't know if anything was said to one of the Bowling Green defenders, but that's the extent of what I saw. Either way, touchdown stands.
Rudy Kessinger to add the Eastern Michigan PAT. Cannon fire as he does that, and we keep bouncing back and forth in this one after Bowling Green had reclaimed the lead at 14-10. The touchdown from Nick Devereaux right here. Devereaux to the house. Bowling Green trailing by 3. Nick Devereaux, terrific catch and finish. Got into the house for the Bowling Green touchdown. There's your drive, Ryan Cavanaugh. It took 4 minutes. Real good drive that Noah Kim got rolling as the pass game started to connect for Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, we've been looking for him to get the football to Nick Devereaux, who's truly one of the great stories of this Eastern Michigan program. Only played 1 year of high school football at Brother Rice and in the Detroit area. Then he went to Davenport, which is a small college in Michigan, and decided he wanted to play at a bigger level, so walked on to Eastern Michigan. When he got here, they realized he was one of the fastest guys in the program. Maybe the ball skills weren't there. And just a week or two ago, Devereaux earned a scholarship, which is, Coach Creighton said, one of his favorite things to do is award a scholarship to a player, a walk-on, after they've earned it on the practice field and the game field.
Yep, absolutely. Kadarius Roberts on that Bowling Green return. Roberts, you remember in the first half, hit the big one on that kickoff return that gave Bowling Green terrific field position to ultimately put a touchdown on the board. So once again, back on the wrong side of things, score-wise, is Bowling Green now down 3. As we're inside 6 minutes left in quarter number 3. Quarterbacking this Bowling Green offense today again. Of course, the young man who started this one, Hunter Nijum. Nijum on that first down call, keeping it on the ground. And not much there for Austin Dendy. We got one. We'll call it 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9. Ball at the 36.
Well, Drew Pine, the normal starting quarterback, Freddie George and Bowling Green, not healthy, not able to go today. Nijum will check down. Excellent throw to Austin Dendy. Dendy powering some pads as he crossed that midfield stripe and into Eastern Michigan territory. First down, Bowling Green.
A little play action to Dendy and then leaked him out. Threw it back to him. Nice job by Najim.
That first down snap right back to that hard-working, tough running back, Austin Dendy. Again, he's a 225-pound redshirt freshman. Ryan started his career as a Missouri Tiger.
2nd down and 6.
Good-looking player. Similar, like we just talked about, Nick Devereaux doesn't have a whole lot of football under his belt. Austin Dendy is only going to continue to get better as he continues to get more reps.
Well, Chris McMillan is checked in at the running back spot, given a quick respite to Dendy, and this is McMillan on the carry. McMillan is a 190-pound junior. His previous football program was in the JC ranks at Northeast Mississippi Junior College. The short gain there will bring up a 3rd down and 5 for the Bowling Green Falcons and quarterback Hunter Nijum, who wants to put it up. He'll gun that in route, and that was caught.
Oh, they're saying
no, they're saying incomplete. Yeah, maybe having something to do with that off that corner for Eastern Michigan. Yeah, it was Caleb Coley. Coley maybe got a hand on that. Let's take a look-see.
Yeah, he sure did. He was able to reach around, knock the ball away from R.J. Garcia. And that, tough for us to see, but that other side official had a beautiful look at it. Now the punt team's back out for Bowling Green.
Yeah, trailing by 3 with a football in Eastern Michigan territory at the 43-yard line. Eddie George gets his punt team on the football field. And trying to hang that high for Bowling Green, but a little bit too much on it as the punt got into the end zone. So it'll bring Eastern Michigan back onto the football field after punter John Henderson wasn't able to put that down and keep it in the field of play.
Noah Kim got it going that last series.
He did, yeah.
Looked more like the first quarter, Noah Kim. And all credit to his offensive line as well. You know, in that second half, Bowling Green's defensive front was able to pin their ears back. They were really coming after the quarterback. And Noah Kim was under heavy duress multiple times. But if, you know, when Eastern runs the ball the way they did to come out in this third quarter, it's going to relax those defensive linemen.
How about that delivery of that strike? Noah Kim off that play fake. And he found Jamarian Wheeler and just he spun that and put a rocket on Wheeler for that first down on that quick in route.
Yeah, that's an RPO, Reg, where they put it in the stomach of the running back. He reads a linebacker. As the linebacker comes up, he throws it right behind him to the slanting Jamarian Wheeler.
A sticks move on that hookup from Kim to Wheeler. Back to the ground game as you see the tough running by the former Weber State running back, Dante McMillan, who is transferred here into the MAC with Eastern Michigan.
Impressed with how McMillan has come out in the second half. Looks like a different running back. And he's given Eastern Michigan a completely different element of the run game. More speed.
Oh, very much so, yeah. He got 5 right there. As we're approaching 2 minutes and beyond here in quarter number 3 with Eastern Michigan holding the 17-14 lead. Kim off that play fake, and that throw was incomplete. I got a flag that came from close to 20 yards behind that throw to Joshua Lang. The back judge threw it. And we'll see what the result of that is. But yeah, that flag was thrown. It was right about 20 yards behind where that pass was thrown by Noah Kim.
Yeah, they're going to get KP, KL Pascal, on pass interference. We just saw some of the frustration of head coach Eddie George shaking his head as if to say, every time there's an incomplete pass, it doesn't have to be pass interference. Do you think maybe that's what he's thinking, Reg?
Might be. As you take a look there at our numbers today. Now Kim off the play fake, gonna take a shot middle. Incomplete, almost hauled in on a tremendous grab by Jamarian Wheeler, had his hands on it, popped up in the air and tried to secure, but wasn't able to do so.
Pretty good ball by Noah Kim, and it felt like Wheeler just didn't have enough for himself to break in enough to go get it. Look, he's trying to work his way back to the inside.
Well, Noah Kim now 5 of 7 for 40 yards here in half number 2. He's looking at a 2nd and 10 here. 3 wide receivers to the top of your screen in this particular formation. Kim's looking that way. He guns that throw, hauled in again, but Jamarian Wheeler has seemed to become the most favored target of Noah Kim. This time, that's a Porter Ricks. He hit Porter Rooks there.
JoJo Johnson again on the receiver as soon as he catches it. But that's a pretty decent 5-yard gain to make it 3rd and manageable.
It's back to 3rd down, and we'll call it 6. Line to make, 41-yard line here on this 3rd down snap of Bowling Green. Tavier Dunlap back in the running back slot to the right of Noah Kim. Blitz coming. Kim got it out quickly. That's Benson Prosper who made the grab, but he was knocked down almost immediately. Prosper, first time we've called him today. Very explosive, Ryan, but He just got into the program in January of this year, so trying to figure things out offensively.
Looks like Eastern is going to play it safe and punt the football away.
So once again for Bowling Green, Reese Stocksdale back in that punt return capacity at the 9-yard line. Awaiting this punt from Eastern Michigan. Stocksdale's going to get out of the way as that punt took a backward spin, and Eastern Michigan will put the stop to it at the 12-yard line, excuse me, the 17-yard line with only 11 seconds remaining in this third quarter. 28-yard boot with no return there. So with but 11 seconds left here, Ryan, you would think that this play will be more of the conservative mode. It might be the final play of this third quarter for Eddie George and Bowling Green, and given the formation they're lining up. Well, now they extend it a little bit. For their starting quarterback today, with their normal starter Drew Pine injured, Hunter Najum, and they'll stay on the ground. Just a couple of yards off the left side. As I said, that will be the final play of this third quarter. Fourth quarter coming up. This one's still hanging in the balance. Who's going to have the big fourth quarter to win it? Eastern Michigan with a 17-14 lead on Bowling Green. Come on back with us. Fourth quarter coming up next. Staying warm, they are here at Ryan Deerson Stadium in Ypsilanti, Michigan. As we get set for quarter number 4 now, Eastern Michigan holding this 3-point advantage at 17-14 over Bowling Green. Michael Regai, Ryan Cavanaugh, all of our hard-working ESPN crew. And on the fourth quarter, as we take a look at quarters and fourth quarters here specifically, for Bowling Green, you take a look at the fourth quarter has been their quarter. They're plus 26 as coming back to work and firing that throw for Bowling Green is quarterback Hunter Najim as he hit Jiron Johnson. Johnson, let's see where they spot that football. They're going to spot it at the 26-yard line, so give them 9, and we'll call this third down and 1.
Yeah, and Johnson was pleading his case that he stretched the football out and got enough for first down yardage, but the officials weren't having it. We're going to bring in a heavy lineup for Bowling Green on third.
And they're going to direct snap this football to their strong running back, Austin Dendy.
14, Austin Dendy on
They
the
didn't get it.
Well, I don't think Dendy got there, did he?
No, they didn't get there.
So they direct snap that to Dendy, the 225-pound redshirt freshman who's had a real good game today. But he came up short there, and Eddie George said, nah, from our own 26-yard line, I got to get the punt team on the football field.
And I, again, 100% agree with him. There's a lot of quarter to be played.
John Henderson to punt.
But you just can't afford to give a team this short of a field.
Yeah, John Henderson, he hit a beauty, hanging that high, and it'll be fair caught at the 31-yard line by Eastern Michigan's Porter Rooks. All right, give us this timeout. When we come back, we'll see what Eastern Michigan has on this offensive series. They lead it by 3. All right, if you're Chris Creighton in Eastern Michigan, you're hoping that this stays firm right here, right? Because MAC teams at home this year in quarter number 4 have been good. Come back from deficits if necessary, but overall, Ryan, a very strong winning record.
Yeah, they protected home. And Toledo is 5-0, and earlier this year, Jason Candle talked to us about that, saying, look, if you look at the numbers, this conference protects their home field, and Chris Creighton's trying to do this here.
So Noah Kim, graduate student, senior, who has also played at Michigan State and Coastal Carolina in his career, trying to do just that for Eastern Michigan, close this one down. And this is Tavier Dunlap. Dunlap outside the numbers, got to the edge, and depending on the spot, yeah, he picked up that first down. Give him 10. Boy, Dunlap got to that edge right now.
What an explosive play. How about the blocking on the edge? I believe that was Wheeler. But right now, the Eagles have turned up the intensity in the running game in the second half.
Hang on now, a couple minutes deep into this fourth quarter. Eastern Michigan trying to add to their rather precarious three-point lead. Look at Dunlap. Tavier Dunlap. He got 10 on that carry a moment ago. He just got 11 more as Dunlap says, hey, I'm the closer. Give me the football and ride me in the fourth quarter.
Well, all the action looked like it was going left, and Dunlap put his foot in the ground, broke back to the right, and found a hole. I think they keep feeding him, Michael. What do you think?
Of course. Back-to-back carries for 22 yards of real estate for Tavier Dunlap. And Dunlap is offset. Quarterback Noah Kim. Dunlap again. Dunlap again lowering those pads, and he's got close to 8 more on that first down carry. So 3 carries in a row. I guess he's getting lathered up pretty well. Now, though, he's going to get a respite here.
And Bowling Green does not get a respite because Dante McMillan was cooking in the second half. You know, McMillan's been hampered by an ankle injury, but this week, Eastern Michigan's coaches felt like he was pretty close to 100%.
So 3 straight carries for Tavier Dunlap, and now Dante McMillan at that running back spot, and this is McMillan. He'll bounce outside. Dante McMillan outside the numbers with speed. Belted out of bounds inside right at the 10-yard line. But how about that burst? So we see 3 strong, powerful runs from Tavier Dunlap, and now Dante McMillan broke outside the numbers with speed.
Beautiful job, and then he hits the hesitation move on Kyle Pascal. Takes a big shot at the end by MJ Cannon, but he has flipped the field. Dante McMillan.
First and goal now from the 10-yard line for quarterback Noah Kim. McMillan off that play fake, and Kim kept the football and got a couple. He sold that real well.
Yeah, they really like Eastern Michigan. They really like to go to the keeper by Noah Kim on the zone read.
Yeah.
Keep showing it because that's how they got down here, and everybody expects you to keep going to the running backs.
Well, and the zone read concept now has become just so popular, especially in red zones, right?
Sure.
Inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, it just gives you the ability to leave somebody unblocked.
Back to the ground game in the end zone. Dante McMillan, touchdown, Eastern Michigan.
Michael, we've talked a lot, especially on this drive, about Tavier Dunlap and Dante McMillan, but this offensive line is manhandling people up front. I mean, they are creating enormous holes and creases. I'm talking Everett Small, Owen Snively, Nick Gallegos, Josh Anderson, and of course, the leader of that crew, Mickey Revelinsky. Throw Josh Long in there as well.
Rudy Kessinger adding that PAT. Suddenly, the lead balloons to 10 for Eastern Michigan. All right, let's take a look at this this TD from that strong running back Dante McMillan, Ryan.
Well, that was the cap of a strong drive. 6 plays, 69 yards, only 3 minutes and 13 seconds, and all of that was on the ground. Dante McMillan for the game now has 14 carries, 1 yard shy of 100, a touchdown, and he needs one more yard for his 8th career 100-yard game. Dante McMillan has been something special. And as I mentioned, Reg, you know, an ankle injury has hampered McMillan. They feel like he's finally at 100%, and this is what it looks like when you've got Dunlap and McMillan both at 100%.
Well, no doubt. And I mean, that's something that Chris Creighton was saying. We've been waiting now to be able to have both of our running backs, who we think are very strong MAC combination, be able to go, and they both have excelled today. All right, on this Bowling Green return, and again a strong return from Kadaris Roberts. Roberts to the 30-yard line.
You know, Michael, a big issue for Bowling Green has been the number of penalties they have, and some of them are very costly. In fact, this is the 3rd game this season where Bowling Green has over 100 yards in penalties. In the first 2 games, they were 1-1, which is kind of an interesting stat. How do you have more than 100 yards in penalties and still win a game? But
quarterback Hunter Najum checked that down, was able to hit his running back. Was that Markel Porter? Markel Porter. So Eddie George, I'm counting them up, Ryan. 5 running backs have seen action today now for Bowling Green, and that is Markel Porter, 220-pound redshirt freshman, although we were told this week he could get a lot more reps today.
Yeah, he's earned some playing time, and as you get into the season, you know, Coach wants to reward the players that are putting it out there in practice.
Markel Porter again just got tripped up as he was trying to do work off that left side of the offensive line.
Yeah, that was unfortunate because it looked like Porter had a crease.
So Porter's going to stay on the football field here. Of course, Austin Dendy has had a very strong day today. The 225-pound redshirt freshman running back for Bowling Green. And right now it is Markel Porter to the right of quarterback Hunter Najum, who gunned that strike. Najum threw that out route and was able to hook up with Finn Hogan. Ryan Kavanaugh, Hogan's first catch of the day today.
Yeah, 13th of the season. Hogan was a fairly integral part of the receiving corps last season and has been less so of that this year, but he's a very capable receiver, at times securing the football.
Partner, are you ready to say again? Doesn't have to be 7. You want the 7. It could be 3, but when you're down by 10, approaching 8 minutes left, points probably mandatory on this possession, no?
Oh, you got to come away with points. And they get the first down. They're going to move the chains. They went with a different formation that time. They didn't direct snap it.
They went back to Austin Dendy.
Yep, and it was more of a bunch, like a wedge with all their offensive linemen in there. They brought in some 2 tight ends are leaving the field.
Yeah, now
Dendy's leaving the field.
Dendy's going to check out, and Markel Porter is back in at the running back spot. I got to tell you, in all the FBS, normally when 4, 5, sometimes 6 leave the field and 6 new come in, that's unusual now in this era of FBS. Fire in middle, and that is hauled in. Boy, how about the way that Hunter Najum, the young redshirt freshman, bought time, Ryan, gathered himself, and then delivered that strike.
Yeah, it was a short roll. Look at him fading away. But what I liked about Najim right there is when he decided to throw, he settled his feet and stepped into the pass. Delivered a strike in a big moment.
There's another we just said about Finn Hogan's first catch today. How about Wynn Sharp, his first catch today? The sophomore out of Anthony Wayne High School near Toledo, Ohio. And back to the ground game, and on that carries Markel Porter. So down by 10, Bowling Green. We're at 6.5 minutes left. And again, need points here on this drive. 2 possessions behind. Can be 3, but you got to have points.
Absolutely. There's Caleb Coley. You know, that's one of the underlying stories of Eastern Michigan is that they have not been able to keep their defensive backfield healthy at the same time. Coley returning from injury, and he's made a couple plays.
Another young man back here in Michigan, as he also played at Michigan State prior in his career. Firing that throw. What a tremendous one-handed grab. Hauled in on that catch by Jacob Harris. Oh, Harris laid out and made a tremendous catch.
That is unbelievable work by Jacob Harris. That's a clean catch down at the 2-yard line. And I love the moxie of Hunter Nazum getting him the football.
Austin Dendy in that backfield. Direct snap. Porter trying to battle toward the end zone, but got knocked down at the 2-yard line.
That's a really nice play by Donovan Green up front. You had Barry Manning in there. You saw Bryce Eluke trying to rip the football out, create a turnover. And there just has not been a lot of success with the direct snap for Eastern Michigan in short yardage situations.
Ryan, keep an eye here on the young man, tremendous talent who wears number 7 in white for Bowling Green. Jiron Johnson just checked back into the football game.
He's a huge target. He's to the top of the formation.
Looking end zone. It was deflected and incomplete, but we mentioned Jiron Johnson, and that's exactly who they were looking to go to on that throw.
Yep, absolutely. Let's see who gets their hand on it, but oh, that's a beautiful job. Oh, yeah. That's Warren Stevens. Teo, there he is. Got his hand on it and deflected it. Otherwise, that might have been 7 for Bowling Green. 3rd and goal.
And a great drive for their quarterback, Hunter Najim. He's thrown for 60 yards on this drive. 3rd and goal. Najim will float end zone. It is caught. What a tremendous grab going high. Jiron Johnson.
When you need a big play, you go to your best players. And that time they isolated Jiron Johnson one-on-one. They threw it up and they said, make a play, big fella. And that's exactly what he did. Najim just throws it up and allows the bigger guy to go up and get it. Johnson 6'4", but look at the elevation. And frankly, James Mons Jr. at 5'11" just never had a chance in that situation.
Jackson Cleather to add this PAT. He will connect on that. Hang on, everybody. Back to a 3-point game. Eastern Michigan will get their hands on the football after that terrific touchdown grab by Bowling Green's Jiron Johnson.
We've got a 3-point game here in Ypsilanti, and a big reason why is the production of the tight ends. First, Jacob Harris, and then Jyron Johnson goes up and catches the football. Hunter Nazum has found both those tight ends in big spots, and we talk about Hunter Nazum making his first career start. We talked this week about the importance of getting Jyron Johnson into the offense. Coach George compared him to Harold Fannin Jr., who maybe was one of the best tight ends ever to play at Bowling Green. He's now with the Cleveland Browns starting for them, and he says he's got a ways to go, but he's got potential to be the type of player Harold Fannin was.
All right, so this football non-returnable in Eastern Michigan. Now, maybe, we discussed when we came on the air today about, both these teams want to use November to finish strong, and for Eastern Michigan right now, 4 minutes and 6 seconds left. Their lead has been cut from 10 down to 3, and they need a ball control drive right here, Ryan Cavanaugh, behind their graduate senior quarterback, Noah Kim. His first carry of this drive will go to Dante McMillan.
Michael, this is
McMillan 3 to set up 2nd and 7.
This is not unfamiliar territory for Eastern Michigan this year. In fact, it's very familiar. They've played in 5 one-possession or overtime games this year, and that's tied. It's second most in FBS.
Yep.
More than half their games go to overtime or are one possession.
Yeah, Chris Creighton was discussing that with us as we spoke with him, the head coach of Eastern Michigan, this week. So yeah, I mean, this is standard for them.
Yeah, right.
Tight games decided by a touchdown or less in the fourth quarter. Stay on the ground. Dante McMillan hit by a whole host of Bowling Green Falcons, led, of course, by Eric George, the coach's son. George, the 285-pound junior defensive end.
Michael, with that, Dante McMillan has his 4th 100-yard game of the year, 8 career, but right now, the question is Eastern Michigan getting too conservative with 3:20 left in the game?
I would think, you've got to ask your quarterback, Noah Kim, he's a veteran, to put it up here and convert this 3rd and 7. Let's see, Dante McMillan offset to his right with 4 wide receivers. Kim, crossing route, first down, and a lot more. Nick Devereaux. Well, Kim sold that beautifully. Ryan, you tell that story. He looked all right until the last moment when he went to his crossing route and hit Devereaux.
Well, he knew exactly what the routes were. He knew all the flow was going to the right, so he put his eyes to the right and tried to direct and guide the defenders that way. Devereaux in the speed came across the field. Noah Kim placed the ball perfectly, and that may end up being one of the biggest plays of the game.
3 timeouts for each football team. Let's see if Eddie George might want to use one here after this first down call.
Yeah, he's going to take it. It's so much of that depends on what happens on first down. A 9-yard gain, maybe you don't use it.
Right, yeah.
But with a 1-yard gain, a 2-yard gain, use the timeout. You also have the 2-minute timeout, so they can stop the clock 3 times.
Yeah, you would think after a short gain run, again for Eastern Michigan, as you take a look at Eddie George, I would think that he'll go and grab that second timeout right here. As you just said, then you'll get another one at the 2-minute timeout.
Yeah, you can let it run down there, and what that means is you save a timeout and then you get to decide when to use it.
Now Eastern Michigan looking at 2nd down and 9. Their lead is 3. And again, if you have just joined us recently, these are 2 football teams that are very, very hungry for a win. Eastern Michigan has dropped 4 of their last 5. The only win in that stretch, beating Northern Illinois. Bowling Green, they've lost 3 in a row.
And they brought everybody.
Much there. Bowling Green, they just sent the house. And in on that stop was David Afogo. There's Afogo, wears number 7. And so Eddie George will let this hit the 2-minute warning. There's your automatic timeout. But Bowling Green going to get their hands back on the football if they can come up with one more stop on what is a 3rd and 12. Come on back with us. Eastern Michigan with a 3-point lead and the football. Eastern Michigan head coach Chris Creighton, well, he knows about tight football games coming down the stretch in the 4th quarter. All of this a part of his head coaching tenure here in Ypsilanti, Michigan. So right now, though, this is 3rd down and 12. That line to make is at the 47 of Bowling Green. Noah Kim in the second half, 8 of 10 for 61 yards. Is he going to put it up here? Yeah, he wants to. Kim going to unload that deep out. It is caught. What a tremendous throw. Equally impressive grab by, of course, Nick Devereaux.
Unbelievable ball from Noah Kim, and watch Devereaux. That's such a difficult catch. And you see him look down. He doesn't get just one. He gets 2 feet in bounds. And Nick Devereaux may have just potentially closed the show here in Ypsilanti. Now, BG still has 2 timeouts.
Bowling Green could stop it twice, and you know now after Noah Kim just spun up and dialed that big one up, back to the ground game. That first down call maybe got a yard for Dante McMillan.
It's a nice play by Fago, but what a catch by Nick Devereaux.
Tremendous catch. Now that second timeout burned by Bowling Green, so they're down to just 1. So they can stop it just one more time.
Well, we featured Nick Devereaux at the top of the show, Michael, and he lived up to the expectations and made us look good. Did a nice job on intermediate routes. Special teams, how about that play? And then the touchdown, showing some toughness and battling through to get into the end zone. And when you need a guy to make a play, throw it up to Nick Devereaux. Beautiful catch along the sideline.
You know, Ryan, as a team, one of his teammates, I would be more impressed with those specialty plays he's making.
Yeah, that's right.
You know he's an elite receiver, but working specials that well. Direct snap, Javier Dunlap, he got knocked down for no gain, and there will be the third and final timeout of the afternoon allowed for the Bowling Green Falcons. So they're done. They have none left.
And another tackle for loss for Gideon Lamprey. Now the question is, Michael, do you plan? Eastern Michigan still has 3 timeouts, so presumably they're going to run it here and then take the clock down, call a timeout right before. Do you try for a long field goal? Because we're right at the limit.
Yeah, 50 yards it would be from here. Yeah, a lot of questions here, too. I mean, again, before that, which would be the 4th down play, I mean, we just saw it. Just tell Noah Kim, hey, buddy, veteran quarterback, let's complete this 3rd and 12, and then we'll take a couple of knees, and it's all over, right?
I think I'm running the football here. I think I'm taking the time off the clock. We'll see.
I'll see. If I was Noah Kim, I'd try to sell it to my head football coach.
Yeah.
But this is a 3rd and 12. Dante McMillan with Kim. He threw the in route.
He threw it. You're right. Listen.
It was hauled in by Joshua Long.
That's a gutsy call. If that's incomplete.
And I'm thinking the quarterback sold it to his head coach. Let me throw the football here.
Yeah, he might have. And there's a lot of trust that's been earned from Coach Creighton and Noah Kim. But now that you're going to take it down to 1 minute.
Yes.
Take a timeout.
Yeah. Play clock's at 15. Game clock right about the same at 1:15.
Now there's 3 options on the table. You could go for it. You could kick the field goal.
Yep.
Or you could try to punt it and just angle it and put it inside the 10 and say you have no timeouts. You have 55 seconds, 50 seconds to work with. Drive the field on us.
Well, so you say you want to be a college football head coach.
I don't.
These are the type of decisions that you have to make. So for all of you that, in the armchair quarterback game, that you think this kind of stuff is, this is pretty easy. The game itself and your players will tell you what to do. No, not 100% of the time. You got to make decisions like this. If you're Chris Creighton, you're up by 3. You got the football looking at a 4th and 5 at the 26-yard line of Bowling Green. So Ryan, right from here, 43-yard field goal attempt if you want to go that route.
Yep,
right?
43 yards.
That's one of your options.
Yep.
What are other ones?
Well, you punt it down in there. But I see Kessinger running out on the field.
Yep.
They're going to kick this ball.
So, which is what I brought that up first for, because kind of thinking this is the direction Chris Creighton wanted to go.
Yeah, that's a great idea. If he can, you got to make it.
Well, 44 yards, and it put you up by 6 with a make. From 44 yards away, line drive shot. He hit it. He hit it with about 10 to 12 yards to spare. Eastern Michigan extends the lead to 6. So really what that does, though, now with 50, it takes away the possibility or opportunity for Bowling Green to kick a field goal to tie you up. That's gone now.
Yep, I got to get in the end zone.
Yep.
And if I'm Eastern Michigan, the only concern, you have several concerns, but my primary concern is kicking the football off and what Kadarius Roberts can do with it, because we've already seen him flip the field and put a team in real danger of returning it to the house. But the clock management, everything Eastern Michigan did, even though I admittedly said this is not what I would do, in hindsight, Chris Creighton played this perfectly. It was a beautiful job of clock management, understanding, throwing a slant route to get you 6 yards closer for a field goal. And there's Coach Eddie George. The decisions have gone from that man, Chris Creighton's sideline, across to Eddie George. So much on the line for Bowling Green. A win here keeps them alive for bowl eligibility. And there's a squib.
It's picked up at the 10-yard line on that Bowling Green return. That's Allen Middleton. Very nice return by Middleton as he extended past the 40-yard line.
They kept it away from Roberts, but look at Middleton. We got to give some credit to this Bowling Green kick return blocking unit. They've done a nice job of getting on the bodies. And 50 seconds, no timeouts.
Yeah, just 10 plays in opponent's territory here this afternoon for Bowling Green. They've had a lead on 2 different occasions today. They now trail it by 6 and got to have a TD. With their quarterback, Hunter Nijum. He'll step up. Nowhere to go with the football, so Nijum is going to gain 8 yards with his legs. Remember, no timeouts for Bowling Green. Running clock as we hit 30 seconds left. Nijum, outcut, hauled in, stepping out of bounds after a first down. Nijum delivered the strike there as he was able to put that on his tight end, Jacob Harris.
This week, offense coordinator Greg Nosell said Hunter Nijum has moxie. He's got the it factor, and now he's got an opportunity to show both of those things, Reg. We got 25 seconds left in the game.
Can Nijum get his Bowling Green Falcons in the end zone to possibly win it? Got to step up. Nijum to the 35-yard line. Now they're going to, it's in college football, well, it's where you begin to go down or into a dive. On second down, he'll clock the football with 8 seconds left. Got to be a throw in the end zone here. I mean, Ryan, because a green partner you play, you can say, well, let's throw a 15-yard out. But you're playing with fire with only 8 seconds left if you're doing that. You're playing with fire. I don't think you can afford to do that. I think they got to throw it in the end zone right now.
Yeah, we'll see what they go with. It might be a double layered option where they got, a couple routes into the end zone or a 12-yard out. And you look at the out first. If you can get it and get closer, you hit that, and if not.
Yeah, 4 wide receiver look as Bowling Green was lining up. So now Eastern Michigan will take this timeout. So that's their second, correct? Yeah, so they've only got 1 left. Bowling Green has been out of timeouts. Now Eastern Michigan uses their second. Now we only have 8 seconds left. So we discussed it a second ago, but your thought is this ball's got to be in the end zone.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, you can run a 12-yard out and you look there, and if it's not immediately available, then you go to your options in the end zone. But
yeah, that out, would maybe buy you some more yards if completed, and would get you one final snap.
Right.
But it does have danger attached to it.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
As in, it might be your last snap if everything doesn't go your way.
No, that's true. I mean, you're going to throw it and make sure the guy gets out of bounds.
Yeah.
Like right here, I don't know who's protecting the sidelines at the 35-yard line. You can pick up 10 yards and make it more manageable.
4 receivers for quarterback Hunter Nijum. And he is sacked. And that is going to end it. Nijum, take it down. That's a big-time sack for Eastern Michigan. As coming up off the edge, Ron Hart, who took down Nijum to end it. You can buck this one to the Eastern Michigan Eagles, a 27-21 win over Bowling Green.
Ron Harden with his first sack of the season, and it's one of the biggest ones for Eastern Michigan. All the discussion about what to happen, and none of it mattered because Ron Harden made a great individual effort and brought
Young man from Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland Heights High School.
great rush off the edge. Nihum goes down and the game's over. Look at that swim move. Beautiful job by Ron Harden.
So Eastern Michigan, Ryan Kavanaugh, is the one that breaks the losing ways. As we said, the Eagles have dropped 4 of their last 5. They put this one in the win column today, and for Bowling Green, once again, right there with an opportunity in the fourth quarter, but the Falcons have now dropped 4 in a row.
It's a big win for Eastern Michigan, for Chris Creighton and his program. You saw, so many close games, and this one goes their way. When you go back to Bowling Green, though, the struggles at quarterbacks, I'm not making any excuses, but they came out here and battled with a young quarterback making his first collegiate start. And that's what we said at the top. These two teams may not have the best record, but they're going to come out here, they're going to battle, they're going to compete. We had a great football game.
We really did. It was a lot of fun. Both teams now 3-7 on the year. Eastern Michigan gets there by putting their 3rd win of the year in the win column. And for Bowling Green, again, is their 4th consecutive loss. The Falcons have 2 more now at home against Akron and at UMass to finish this 25 football season. Eastern Michigan goes to Ball State next Saturday and then finishes up with one of their State of Michigan rivalry games against Western Michigan. Partner, having a lot of fun. We had a little bit of everything in this one as the Eastern Michigan Eagles celebrate with their fan base and the band with a 6-point win.
There was a lot. There was moments like before the second half where there was numerous changes of possession, and what an exciting finish to this one. Hard-fought football game by both teams. Congrats to the Eagles.
Yeah, with their 27-21 win, as we said, the 3rd win of the year for Eastern Michigan. Hope you enjoyed it today out of Rynearson Stadium on the campus of Eastern Michigan University. Now for our producing tandem of Adam Meyer and Jack Langen and our director Jonathan Mondelli and all of our crew from our partner Ryan Kavanaugh. I'm Michael Regai, always glad to have you with us for Mid-American Conference football, everybody. We'll see you next week from Ball State. 27-21. Eastern Michigan beats Bowling Green. For all the crew and for Ryan Kavanaugh, I'm Michael Regai. So long, everybody.